Hello, how's it going? So I'm going to show you how to install Python natively on your M1 Mac. But before we do that, something to know is that while the native version of Python runs like really fast on your M1 Mac, it doesn't support all packages. So because of that, you may also want to install an Intel version of Python. So at least the easiest way that I found, so you can do like Python environments and whatnot, but it's to me it's kind of complicated, and I feel like I just want something simple. So like I just found the simplest way to do it is just install Anaconda. So that installs like the whole like Python and like a bunch of packages geared towards data science, but it should work just fine for any Python related project that you want to do, and it should work with a lot more packages than the native Python. So it's gonna run slower than your native Python, but at least you can have pretty much any package to work with it. All right, let's get started. So to install Python natively on your Mac it's super simple. Like what you have to do is just type Python 3, enter, and I already have it installed, so it's not gonna show in here. But for you, if you don't have it installed, it's gonna show a pop-up, and it's gonna prompt you to install Python and the developer tools for your Mac. So you just follow the prompts, install them, and once it's installed, let's see, hold on, let me close this terminal. So you go through the whole process. It's gonna take a little while because it's gonna download a bunch of packages for developers for your Mac, and then it's gonna install Python. But once it's all done, you have to be patient. To make sure that you have it installed, all you have to do is just type Python in your terminal, Python 3, and then you can check the version by doing dash version, enter, and there you go. As you can see, we had version 3.8.2, and then you type Python 3, and you can go into the Python environment and you can run commands. X equals 0, X equals X plus 5 plus 3, we can put X, and X is 8. So we got Python working this natively. And something you can do to make sure it's actually run natively is if you go into your activity monitor while you're running the Python environment, so make sure you just type Python 3, you go to your activity monitor and go into CPU, and you just go find the Python process. So let's go, here's Python. So you go into kind, here's where it shows you whether it's run through Rosetta 2 as an Intel app or an Apple processor, M1 Mac application. So you see Python is running as an Apple, so it's running natively. Okay, so now we got Python installed. Now we can start developing. We can make programs. We can try to install TensorFlow. I believe this is the version that works with TensorFlow. The newest, you can install a newer version like 3.9 point something, but I believe TensorFlow doesn't support it. So when you type Python 3, it installs a 3.8 version, which I feel like it's just, I don't know the differences within the newer version, but to me it's just, if it works with more packages, I would rather just have the older version. So that's just me. So we had 3.8.2, and you got a native version for Python. Now if you want to install Rosetta 2 Python environment so that you can actually install more packages, because this Python version we installed, it doesn't work with everything. So the easiest way for me that I found is just to install Anaconda. So we'll install the whole Python environment, and it's through an installer. So you go to your browser, you type well, I'm already in the website, so but you can go to Google, type Anaconda. The first thing that pops up is go in there. So now you go into products, individual edition, which is the one I'm gonna use, and you can just go directly to here. But if you go all the way to the bottom, you can see the different versions for Anaconda you can download. So we want to choose Mac OS, as we have we're using a Mac, and graphical installer is just a lot easier. So I'm gonna just go ahead and download it. I already have it downloaded, so just let it download, and you just go to your downloads, open it. Now I haven't run any Rosetta apps before, so if this is the first time you install a non-native Mac app, and it's gonna prompt you this. So what you're gonna do is just go through with it and install Rosetta. So it's gonna install Rosetta. Oh. All right, so we got Rosetta installed. So now before you do this, I forgot to tell you. So when you download Anaconda, like the name, it's actually gonna tell you this is the x86 version. It's not a native version, because I believe there is a native version from Anaconda that's been released recently, but like the other part, Python, like not everything works. So we're just gonna install the Intel version, so that we can have all the packages. But this is a quick way to make sure you check for the x86. So I'm gonna keep going to installer. Just go through it. Yep, I agree. Install. Put the password. All right. So go to this installation. Okay, so it's prompting me to access files in my downloads folder. So I'm gonna click OK. All right, now it should be installed, and it's gonna tell you that you can install PyCharm through here. I already have it installed, so it's just one of the best IDEs you can download. So if you can use whichever IDE you want, but it's just prompting you that you can install it. Let's continue, and there it is. We got, yep, I want to go to the trash. So we got Anaconda and Python installed. Okay, so now that it's installed, just to make sure it's installed correctly, so let's go to terminal. So now we should have available the command conda, which is short for Anaconda. We can go version -- version, and there you go. We got Anaconda installed. So now, just for fun, let's check if it's running through Rosetta or natively. Yes, I mean, we know it's probably gonna run through Intel, but just to make sure, let's just create a new project. PyCharm, new. So now here, in virtual environment, we can choose a Python we installed natively. So this is native Python, or we go to Anaconda, and then we can choose whichever version we want to use. Let's click this, whichever. Let's see. All right, so let's create. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot to unselect to create the main.py, but I'll just erase all this. All right. So now we got that erased. We can create a quick script to have some looping in the background. Let's do from time import sleep. So now we can actually freeze the program while true, so always run, and we can do something like x equals 0. Then every time the loop runs, let's do x equal x plus 1, and we'll sleep. 1 second. All right, so let's run this, see what happens. Oh, I actually meant to put a print statement too. So print x, there you go. So now we can actually watch the numbers rise, and there you go. Every second we have an extra number. So now if we go back to our terminal, or I mean our activity monitor, we can actually try to find The fastest way for me to find Intel app versus Apple app is to go to kind and click this. It was showing down here, but you go to the top, and right here we have Python 3.9 running through Intel, so Rosetta 2. So now we know it's working, and that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not like a super expert at this, but I can try to help.